What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Marie Fredriksson, and we're going back to her 1986 album that translates to The Seventh Wave. And the next tune, at least according to Google Translate, means silver in your hand. So, silver, in terms of association, it's seen as less valuable than something like gold or diamond, but it is still a precious metal. It has still been used in cultures around the world for millennia as an artifact and or an adornment of value, of royal ostentation even. As such, I wonder whether we're dealing with that type of concept when it comes to the color and or material. It does also make me think of a Midas touch. Yes, that was gold, but the idea of having that touch such that it's beneficial on the surface, but the more you think about it, the more it could be problematic. So again, I won't be able to pick up on any of the lyrics in the moment. I look forward to hearing people comment, but it's an interesting title if, again, it's translated correctly by Google. Let's find out what it is sonically. This is Marie Fredriksson. The track is, I believe, Silver in Your Hand, and it's from her 1986 album that translates to, again, on the word of Google, and I think others have confirmed this, The Seventh Wave. That flute sounds Celtic. So three sonic elements stood out there. Certainly that flute, which, as I mentioned right away, gave it sort of a Celtic flavor sonically. The rolling guitar, which I kept thinking at first that it was going to go into a longer chord solo or riff segment, but it seemed to keep cycling on that opening part of the riff, which was the whole riff. But it was an interesting thing because I kept thinking more of it was coming, but it just turned over and turned over. And then I like the way her voice was layered. I think not at the very beginning of the tune, but pretty quickly there was the backing Marie vocal, which seemed like longer, more extended and lilting, for lack of a better word, and then the lead vocal, which was, pleading, more emotional. So I like the way it was tiered in that way. But again, it's in Swedish, so I don't quite know, I don't know at all how to interpret the theme. But based on the sonic character, I would say Silver in Your Hand was a more positive assessment. Obviously, songs can be contradictory or sonically running in a different direction than the lyrics actually suggest. I listen to the Smiths and some other groups that are famous for that. But if I had to guess here, I would wager that it was a positive description of someone's touch, of someone's brightness or shine, in the way that anything they put their hand on becomes more glittering, if you will. So again, maybe completely wrong. And I do wonder, when I hear flutes and sometimes strings. In fact, I did a reaction to the Eurythmics earlier, and I'm realizing now I forgot to talk about how I heard, as I thought, a synth cello and a synth violin above that. So I would expect here the flute to be a keyboard sound. Maybe someone is really on a flute, but when I heard it at first, it sounded like maybe it was a synth version of a flute. So if anyone knows, do give me some feedback there. But yeah, it felt like that was a shorter one, maybe 3 minutes or so. Yeah, a little bit longer than that, but not much. Like, what is that, 3:13? So yeah, a shorter tune. Curious to hear what people have to say when we come back. Oh, again, it's a tune that I'll have to translate. I guess I could do that very quickly because I think I still have Google Translate out. But yeah, when we come back, the next tune, according to Google Translate, which I've learned is not always to be relied upon, is When You Looked at Me. So that sounds like an interesting moment, and perhaps the emotional ramifications of that moment. So let me know what you think of this, and I will see you then. Peace.